because apparently y'all got it. Apparently eggs was not too expensive. If you got money for racism, to support racism you didn't plan on supporting. You woke up one day, saw a video and went, how do I support the racist side of this? Let me go get my checkbook. Okay.
Experience Karen Hunter in a completely different way. Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're going to love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of The Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, you will not be disappointed.
Oh, so God. Okay.
We're going to talk.
Let me just say this, because before you go into it, I heard about it. It was so egregious. I avoided details. So you about to put me on.
Me too. Okay. So I was, hell bent on not talking about it at all because it's triggering, and I didn't have a solution. Right. But then the ancillary stories that have come out. So I played actually because it gave me an opportunity to talk about why we shouldn't be using the N-word, Roderick Morrow. It gave me an opportunity to talk about why, yes, I know, why Ish and all of them coming out of his mouth with his cultural, lack of cultural knowledge, going home to a white lady every night is problematic. Every other, my N-word, my N-word, my N-word. And then Mark Lamont Hill went on Piers Morgan talking about this Shiloh case. And then Piers Morgan's like, yeah, you telling the white lady, use the N-word, use it now, since it's not a. And so Mark lost his mind, as he should. But sir, you invited it in. You invited the damn.
Why are you on his show?
You invited Remick into your house.
Yes, you
with
did.
That word. So anyway,
why are you even on the show though?
Exactly. And you're also validating Piers Morgan. But we cannot, for some reason, if they invite us, we have a hard time saying no. Let me tell you, as somebody first couple of months here, the higher ups like, you should go on television, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. And how they dole out resources and support is around having their name out there on other places. But I'm like, you got 40 million subscribers. I should be able to build an audience without going into a place that has fewer viewers than we have listeners. That doesn't seem to make, and I get it, to your point, if TikTok, but at the time I was very adamant that me doing that was giving validation to a platform that was lesser than this. Let's build where we are with the people that are here. So I refused to go on. And I'm not sure if it hurt me. Maybe it did. But I'm very clear that you validate people by showing up on their platforms and giving them your ratings. And Piers Morgan is not somebody we should ever,
especially somebody that traffics in a lot of anti-blackness and stuff like Piers Morgan. There's no reason for him to respect you. And of course he would go for the viral moment of someone saying the N-word in front of you. Of course, he has no compunction. He has no feelings for you other than just, what can I do to use you to help me?
Well, this woman put up this Give, Send, Go, which is, I think, the where you can go when GoFundMe says your stuff is too racist. You can go here and actually set up an account, which she has. But there was a story going around that her account has been frozen. It has not. I was just on it. She has now raised $761,508 right now, as of right now. As of 4 minutes ago, somebody gave her $5. $25, 6 minutes ago, $14, 11 minutes ago, $20, 11 minutes ago, $10, 17 minutes ago, $20. This is the money steadily coming in for this woman, right? Somebody put up a TikTok that is frozen. It's not frozen. And she put out a letter today. Today, she said, "Where do I begin? The overwhelming support that my family and myself have received is unbelievable. I've never felt so scared yet reassured in my life. It's truly a whirlwind of emotion." So originally she put up like 25,000, but then she realized, what would happen if I put up $1 million? So that's the goal. And she's probably going to reach $1 million. This looks like a person that could probably her whole entire life would never make $1 million. When she opened her mouth, she sounded like a very ignorant person who has no skills and no ability to make this kind of money, but she's being rewarded for being a racist, for calling a 5-year-old child on the spectrum the N-word multiple times, and the person videotaping her the N-word. I'm not playing it again, but I want to tell you, this is a Newsweek story. Numerous donations to a Give, Send, Go fundraiser set up by this woman, Minnesota woman, Shiloh Hendricks, calling a black child the N-word in a local park, has invited Nazis and racists. This is Newsweek. Newsweek contacted the woman identified as Shiloh Hendricks for comment, and they were not, she did not respond to them. She was captured on video. We just saw that in Soldiers Field Memorial Park in Rochester, Minnesota, using the N-word, being confronted about her language toward a 5-year-old. The video went viral. She alleged that she was getting doxxed and having, her safety issues. So she put this funding page up to raise money so she could move. $1 million, you could move anywhere. She could move to France with $1 million. You ain't need $1 million to move to be safe, ma'am. This is a grift and a money, but this was also an opportunity for us to see how important and valuable it is to be racist in this country. This is the value. That child, there's a GoFundMe page for the child. It has raised $300,000. She has $761,508 and counting right now. And people were putting, for instance, a donor would put up a name, and then you get to leave a message. So one message said Nate Higgers. The other one, another message from somebody else said Nuck Figures. Figgers. Nuck Figures. They're playing around. Another donor put his name as Fenty Floyd for George Floyd, apparently a George Floyd reference, because they are demonizing George Floyd, saying he's a drug addict, he's on fentanyl, all of this other stuff. Another person, 2 donors using the name Average White Man and White Lives Matter, they contributed $1,488. Now, those of you understand the number 14 is shorthand for Future for White Children. There's a whole slogan. And 88 is Heil Hitler. Okay, so 1488 is that's their number.
Yeah.
Okay, so just so you know. And the founder of Give, Send, Go, she told Newsweek, we have moderation systems in place, including a profanity filter. But in this case, the volume and intensity of comments containing racial and offensive language exceeded what our system was designed to handle. Their AI couldn't weed out all of the racist ass Nazis giving this woman money. They are going to fund their racism. Wait, I'm not finished. She said it wasn't designed to handle this and was being abused by the givers. As a result, we made the decision to turn off commenting altogether, so people can't comment anymore on her GoFundMe.
Okay, but they can still give money.
Yes.
This is why we got the tariffs. Because apparently y'all got it. Apparently eggs was not too expensive. If you got money for racism, to support racism you didn't plan on supporting. You woke up one day, saw a video and went, how do I support the racist side of this? Let me go get my checkbook. Okay. Marvin Sapp didn't have to lock the doors to get y'all's check at all. Y'all just voluntarily aligned with racism. But this is where we live. This is what we see. I like that you said that if anything, it just tells people like this is what we living with. Because I think too often we do too much plausible deniability. That's my big thing coming from the election. I don't want to hear any more platitudes. I don't want to hear that it's not about Kamala Harris being a black woman. I don't want to hear that is economic anxiety. I don't want to hear that shit. Because when you see something like this, you can come up with almost $1 million in a week for somebody that's just being racist. No other calling card. She don't help America or the world in no way. She not curing cancer. She was racist and now she's the victim and she's afraid. And you went, go grab my credit card. I need to let these people know. This is a disgusting state of the world. But I mean, it's sobering too, because now this is what you're fighting against. And this is why I'm not trying to compromise, capitulate, or reason with these folks. You can't reason with this level of ignorance and hatred. You just have to fight through them. That's it.
That they had to turn off the comments because it was so many. They're donating just to show how racist they are.
Right.
It's not about supporting
and it's not even clever or funny, but also like that tells you how trivial it is for them that they thought, oh, it'd be funny if I make a name that is racist as well. as giving $14,000 or whatever, whatever they.
$1,488.
So I'm gonna give $1,488 because I want, and then I'm gonna name myself something, a pun of racism. Dog, it's people that they couldn't come up with $1,400 if their lives depended on it today. You just giving it away for racism. This is insane. This is what we up against, dog.
Experience Karen Hunter in a completely different way. Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me in Karen Hunter is Awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is Awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.